Hi everybody. A couple weeks ago when I was using the RJ Corman engine to switch, I started off talking about how I was going to make an unprototypical move because basically my runaround track was too short here. I said the real railroads would never have to do that. So I really like the community we have here. People comment, make really good suggestions, and I like to share those sometimes. So I get a lot of people that make comments, and some people comment almost every almost video of every video of some type, like Roy and Larry and Isaac and Maurice, and, so I mean I'll leave somebody out. It's impossible for me to name everybody, but anyhow, Alan, and I'm going to assume that the B is silent. Alan, you can correct me. I think it's Rajan. It's Rabjohns. Asked me, so why don't you just move the crossover down here? Yeah, I can. That's actually a great idea. Actually, what I'll probably do is take this switch out and just move this switch down to here. That'll solve the runaround problem. I couldn't do that until I built the extension on Oak Hill. You remember, this original layout ended right here, and so I needed to have room on the tail tracks for an engine and 2 or 3 cars. But now I can do that. And I don't use this track right here at all now. On the original layout, when I built my little 13-inch extension, I had 2 tracks going underneath this bridge and curving around. I don't use it now, don't really need it. So turnouts are a good place for engines to stall. So if I just get rid of this turnout completely and replace it with a piece of track and just come on down, tie it in here, I'll have more than enough runaround that I'll ever need. So real good idea. I'm not going to do that immediately though, because I like running trains. And until Oak Hill is closer to being operational, I mean I can run trains on it now, but I like running trains through scenery, not brown painted and pretending that the buildings are there. So until I can get some buildings, at least mock-ups up, I'm not going to tear up Chillicothe. Once I get where I can run Oak Hill, then I can go in here and I can tear this track up. I'm going to have to tear some up here and tear some up here to get it done. But I can do that, hopefully not mess up my wires. Anyhow, a really good idea, and that will solve my switching problems. Isaac, and I'm going to say it's Fabris, it's Fabris, reminded me that on Lance Mendheim's blog, he talks about under layout sound, and actually feeds into a wireless headphones, so you can have enjoy sound on your layout and not be bothering anyone else in the room. If you're the only one operating, which most of us operate by ourselves most of the time, I think, in this hobby. A real good idea. I went and checked it out. Now Isaac actually feeds his into like computer speakers, so he doesn't feed into the headphones. I think that's a good idea. It saves you from putting a sound decoder in every locomotive, because there's some locomotives that you're just not going to fit a sound decoder in. What if I decide to model the Frankfurt and Cincinnati somewhere down the road and I have some 70-ton GE switchers? I'm not putting sound decoders in them probably. So I think it's a good alternative. And I said my friend Fran Tesserero uses JMRI. He uses his cell phones, his throttles, and he's got his computer hooked up to the layout, and he has a system like that under his yard, and it can sound really good, because when you put speaker, you can have a subwoofer, and it can sound really, really real. So it's something worth checking out, and I may think about it a little bit. Got a really nice Facebook message, a guy named Karl, and I'm not going to say his last name. They live up in the upper Midwest, I believe it's Wisconsin, and they modeled the Milwaukee Road in S scale. So it's a little bit different than this, but Karl and his 10-year-old son are enjoying the hobby together, and he just sent me a message, said he really enjoys my videos, and they're very inspirational. And I was really touched by that message, because thank you very much, Karl, because I really like that people enjoy them, and it's a good community that we have here. I'm learning a lot from everyone that comments. I really appreciate all the comments, and I respond to every comment. Thank you, Karl. So I'm going to a train show this weekend, and my mission is to find a Milwaukee Road boxcar to put on the layout, so I can, every time I switch that boxcar, I can think of Karl and his son, and that's sort of my tribute to them. But it's not really like it's a hardship. I mean, I love the Milwaukee Road. I like the Granger roads. I like the Chicago Northwestern. I like the Sioux line. You know, my first train set was a Tyco Chicago and Burlington and Quincy piece of junk that broke the same day. My grandpa had to run to the store and buy me another locomotive because it was my birthday. You know, so so I love all those railroads out there. Illinois Central. You know, all those lines that run through Iowa with the prairie skyscrapers, you know, the grain elevators and small towns. So, but anyhow, I digress a little bit. So, but anyhow, I'm going to try to find a Milwaukee Road boxcar. But thank you, Karl, for that. I want to talk about there's a guy named, his YouTube channel is Late Night Model Railroad. And he just released a YouTube video about how to model asphalt using grout, both the pre-mixed and this type you mix. And he does HO, Pennsylvania. He's building a switching layout, sort of like a brick warehouse district. He's early on in the build. He's built the bench work. Young guy, excellent modeler. This isn't his first layout. He's built other layouts too. But this is a really neat technique, and the asphalt that he produces just looks phenomenal. So I really encourage you to check that out. I mean, you know, you've heard me talk about Luke, you know, towing, and you've heard talk about boomer dioramas. There's all kinds of guys that inspire me, you know, that I like to watch their, you know, their scenery, and you know Mike Pfeiffer and Roy Smith have fantastic desert scenery, and DJ's Trains has more scenery like in the east, like I like, so Ron's Trains and Things, there's a lot of guys, and I could go on and name them all, but anyhow, just I really encourage you to check out Late Night Model Railroad and his asphalt tutorial, because he does a really good job on the video. It's very professionally done. All right, that's it. Thank you for all the suggestions and ideas. It's like the Oscars. If you try to thank everybody, you'd be up there 10 minutes and people falling asleep. So I read every comment. I respond to every comment. And there's lots of guys that give me some great ideas, and I want to give you some recognition every now and then. I can. So Bridge Reveal is tomorrow night. I hope you are looking forward to that and enjoy it, and hope you aren't disappointed, because I'm not Luke Towan. As you'll see tomorrow night, I'm not Luke Towan. But if it makes you feel better, I'm pretty happy with it. I did stretch my skills a little bit, stretch my ability a little bit, and it came out better than I thought it would. So I hope you think so too. So I will talk to you all tomorrow night. Everybody stay safe.